And we're back out here at Jake's Furnishings, Woodlawn Road in Lincoln for the cheap seats. And joining us this morning is the ever-popular coach of the American Legion boys baseball team, Mr. John Garlits. And, Coach, thanks for being here with us this morning.
No problem. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, we've got quite a few questions that I know Josh and I are pretty interested about, and I'm sure a lot of our listeners are curious about. But before we get into the Legion a little bit, I understand, you've got other commitments in the world of baseball with, several college things that are on your agenda. We want to talk about those a little bit, getting into the, college world of baseball. I hear that you do a lot of umpiring.
I've been lucky. In fact, I took an early retirement from the sheriff's office to pursue my career in collegiate baseball umpiring. And a couple years ago, I probably reached my apex at the Division III College World Series in Appleton, which was nice to see Illinois Wesleyan win it all this year. That means a lot to the coaching staff up there and the players, and it was quite an experience. I mean, it wasn't Division I or Omaha, but they still put on pretty good production for the players and treat the umpires pretty well too. So I still do a lot of college baseball, and this goes along with the summertime. I like to take a break from that and see the other side of it too. And Mike Thornton asked me a couple years ago if I'd be interested in taking this, and it's been a pretty good experience doing this too.
John, you've done I know back when even when I was playing and before, you've done high school baseball ever since I can remember, especially around here. How did you make that transition to become a Big Ten? I know you've done some Big Ten. You said you do some Horizon League, which was the MAC. Also, that's Ohio and that kind of thing. How did you become not only skilled enough, but how were you able to get your foot in the door to get up to the Big Ten level?
Like you said, high school baseball is pretty much where everybody starts. Actually, an old name familiar to you got me into umpiring, Bob Gazaway.
Sure.
And so I blame him for all that. But I started out in high school and really, really enjoyed it. I went to umpire school back at Harry Wendelstadt's infamous umpire school in 1988, and that's where I kind of got the bug to move up. I mean, there are some fantastic high school umpires in this area of the state that have absolutely no ambition to go college baseball. And I'm a clinician with the Illinois High School Association, and that's one of the things I tell them. I say, guys, be the best at wherever you're at.
Right.
If you don't have ambitions, I said, there's nothing wrong with that. I said, just be the best high school umpire you can be.
Tell us a little bit about your season. Do you hold tryouts, and when is it exactly that you get the season off to a good start?
The Lincoln program, as far as I know, and I can only speak from recent experience, it's been an invitation type situation. I know Mike Thornton works exclusively with Coach Hake on the rosters, either JV or varsity. We moved a couple boys that could be playing JV up to the varsity roster this year, just to give them the experience at a higher level. We also work with the local high school coaches, Erlenbush and Mount Pulaski now. I believe it's Bo Gum at Illini Central. I can't give you the name of the Delavan coach, but we have some Delavan players. So I can say, and John Hickman from Clinton has been a big help to us over here. We've had players go over there to play on the JV team. He sends, since he doesn't have a varsity team, he sends his players that want to play varsity over here. So like I say, it's
and it's interesting that you're able to pull from those different schools, those different communities. Obviously, just in that statement, not every single player is a Lincoln kid. It's great that we're in an area to where you can pull from those other schools, and those other resources. You said that you and Mike Thornton helps you out a lot on this as far as keeping in contact with the area coaches. You follow up on a player's potential and their progress during the school year. Does a coach's recommendation, how much power does that actually hold? Is that something that you have to come in and reevaluate yourself, or is that something that the coach's word, does that hold quite a bit of power?
In my case, it holds a lot. I mean, I rely on Coach Hake exclusively at the start of the season. In fact, one of my first phone calls to him is, hey, where do you want these guys to play? Where should I look for them? Unfortunately, with my spring schedule, which was a little different this year because I had an injury and was out for about 2.5 weeks, so I got to see some high school baseball. First time in 5 years that I actually got to sit down and watched it. So I saw the Lincoln boys play. So I knew a little more this year going into the season than I ever had. But like I say, I would be at the start of the season. I would be, of course, some people think I'm lost anyway. But I would be at a complete loss without Coach Hake's help and let me know where he wants players to be. And actually, there's one boy that I spoke to you earlier about that Coach Hake had brought up, and even the young man even came to me and said he's really stepped forward and put his foot in the door and at least got my attention.
Right.
So and that's what we look for, and that's what Coach Hake wants to hear in the summertime too. And like I say, the other coaches, like I say, I don't have as much contact with them, but like I say, I'm there, and I know that they're there if I need them too.
Sure. Talk about a little bit about your roster. Where else do you have guys from? I know you said Delavan. Sometimes you get some from Clinton. Where else? What other schools have you got guys from on the team this year?
This year we have 2 young men from Delavan, one that played last year and one that's new to us. We have 1 from Mount Pulaski. We have 3 from Illini Central, and we also have 3 from Hartsburg-Emden. So, I mean, we're as far as out of town and in town, we're pretty well split down the middle, and they act like they've known each other forever.
Right.
I mean, as far as getting along, I mean, we have the occasional brush-ups, but that's good. I mean, that's the good thing. In fact, I had a father last night tell me, hey, if my boy and this boy get into it, leave them alone, because that's the way that they get themselves up and going. And I said, that's fine. I said, because I'm too old and hurt too easy.
I don't want to deal with it.
To jump in the middle.
Coach, it sounds like you've got a pretty good season already, off to a good start. Sounds like there are a lot of things that you need to focus on, during the summer, and just like a lot of the items that you brought up, a lot of good points, a lot of interesting topics. We're going to go ahead and let you go. We know that you got a game today and everything. Best of luck to you, and best of luck to you on the rest of the season.
Okay. Can I bring up just one quick
Go ahead.
Our steak fry, July the 11th at 4 o'clock at the Legion. Either find a player or they'll sell tickets at the door. I think it's $10. You get a steak, the whole thing, and it went over great last year.
Good.
We'll get the boys out there to make them work a little bit, and I appreciate the support.
Yeah.
And find the schedule, come out and watch them play, because they played a heck of a game last night, and I think we're going to build from that. And like I said, I appreciate the support you guys are giving us.
Yeah, no problem.
Well,
thank you, Coach.
Great, good deal. Coach John Garlits of the American Legion baseball team, we thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
We're going to go ahead and step aside, take another commercial break, and when we come back, we will have Ryan Curry talking about the Special Olympics. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.